Hey, welcome back to HBRV Lifestyle. This is your honey badger here, giving it to you straight in the RV business as usual. And today I want to go over used travel trailers. This is going to be an overview of what buying a used travel trailer through a dealership is going to be, the pros, the cons, and then I'm going to give it to you from the perspective of the guy who works at the dealership. So if you haven't seen these videos before, if you haven't heard from me before, I actually have run dealerships, everything from being a general manager, a finance manager. I used to wash them, I used to fix them. So I've done just about every job at a dealership, and I just pass that knowledge on to you. And the one good thing about a used travel trailers is obviously the price is a lot better than a new one, or it saves you a little bit of money over a new one. Now, if you enjoy this content, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and please hit the like button if you enjoy this video, as it helps YouTube spread it amongst other RVers or future RVers. Now, you're going to notice a lot of this is recycled footage. So you're going to see some captions pop up about a big bathroom and things like that. Just, I cut through this because I didn't have time to show my face, unfortunately. But let me give you a few perspectives. Number one is that financing on a used travel trailer is much different than a new one, as in you need a bigger percentage of down payment. So there's a big, huge, I will say, fallacy about the word zero down. There is no zero down on a used travel trailer that gets you decent financing. Even credit unions want you to have some skin in the game on a used one, because they only want to finance X amount of dollars or X amount of percentage of the trailer's value. And the older the trailer gets, obviously the bigger down payment percentage-wise they're going to want. For example, this Wildcat Max that you're seeing right now, you would need about $6,000, which is about 33% of the selling price to get it financed through a credit union. Now, when we move to some of these Springdales that you're going to see, a lot of the Springdales that I have in stock are going to be like 2020s, 2021 used ones. Well, it saves you a little money over a new one. And the percentage down you'll need is closer to like 15 to 25% down. Now, you're probably wondering, why in the heck, if it's a little newer, do I still have to come up with down payment? Well, let's start with this. Even if you're an 840 score, 850 score, this is still a toy. So it's just like a boat. Right? So a boat is not something you need, it's something you want. So a bank looks at the financing a lot different compared to, let's say, a used car. So when you put $500,000 down on a used car, that usually gets you done. On a travel trailer like these, especially the dirty ones like this one that was kind of beat up, you still need a good chunk down. They don't want you financing tax and license, and they sure in the heck want to be in an equity position in case you decide, oops, not to pay. Let's remember, guys, I know this sounds like a beaten record, but the first thing to go when times are hard, when times get really troublesome, is the toys, the boats, the sports car, the RV. They all go before the house and the commuter car. Moving forward, when you're buying a used piece from a dealership, I'm talking about a real dealership like Bish's or General RV or Camping World, any of those places, the service departments are so about compliance with your state regulations. So for example, in California, all your big players, including Mike Thompson's and Giant RV, they all pop the tires off and check the brakes. They pressure test the water system, the propane system. They're going to make sure all of your major appliances work. And a lot of times, even on a 2021 travel trailer, there are a lot of times where we end up spending $3,000 to $3,500 getting that coach ready for you to go camping. And the reason why, guys, is because there's a lot of moving parts compared to a car. you have a water pump, you have, in a lot of cases, slide out, or you'll call them push outs. You're going to have, electronics like power awning, radios, refrigerators, stoves, all that stuff. And a lot of times you got to realize that RV stands for toolkit and sense of humor. And on top of that, when you're driving down the road at 45, 50 miles an hour, it's like an earthquake on wheels. Now, the downside to buying from a dealership is obviously you're going to pay sales tax and license. So if you want to cheat your local or state government, you're going to have to buy private party because they have to stay within compliance of the state regulations and collect your sales tax and license on every purchase. The other downside to buying through a dealership is you must have proof of insurance before you could take it off a lot. There are several dealers in California that, for example, that you cannot leave, because if you leave and you get in a car accident, even if you've paid cash, the people in the insurance companies can hold the dealership liable for not following California compliance and making sure that you have insurance. So if you're one of those guys that doesn't like paying sales tax or license, you don't want to put insurance on something like a toy like this, then more than likely buying from a dealership is not the right way to go for you. The other downside to buying from a dealership is the fact that we do have to go through it. So I gave you the positive that we have to go through it, but it's also a negative because you're going to spend more money with a dealership on a used piece than you are going to on a private party, because a private party, once you take it, you're gone. They're not responsible for it. So if the brakes are bad, if the electronics are bad, if there's mold, if there's problems with any of that stuff, it doesn't have to be disclosed to you, number one, and there's no taking it back. The other thing you must realize that's a positive about a dealership is they do offer 3 or 4 year service contracts. Now, you call them extended warranties, but the actual correct verbiage is called a service contract. And that's like a warranty for your trailer that you can get for all your major appliances. You can do 2 years all the way up to 4 years on a huge travel trailer. And those are available if you buy through a dealership because they get to go through it first. And because even if you buy an extended warranty, let's say third party, you still have to take the coach in to get it certified with the dealership. You have to have it inspected if you buy private party and want to buy a warranty. Now, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. I will get back to you. Also, if you look at the bottom announcement, if you look in the description box below, I actually started a Facebook group for this channel. And then also at the same time, you'll see my email, my company email for Livingston RV Services LLC. That is actually in the description box below, and you can email me questions and contact me anytime on social media. Just remember, guys, used is always a beautiful thing because it saves you a lot of money compared to a new one. And buying from a dealership, even though it's more money than private party, will save you more in the end than anything else. Now, if you look at that finger, the top right-hand corner of this video, you will see a playlist of walkthrough trailers. Click on that to see more. Thank you so much. Have a great day.